Hey, Spencer here with Builder Funnel, and we are here at the Builder Show here in Vegas, and I'm here with Will Duderstadt. And, well, first of all, welcome.
Thank you. It's awesome to be here, man.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
And I want to jump right in. You had a big debate earlier this week that you were a part of. Maybe just tell us a little bit about that.
We did. This is actually kind of a fun thing we did for the second year. It's Clash of the Titans, and we get into character, and we debate some topics that builders and contractors probably have within their organizations. So one of our topics was if you should cut your marketing budget when times are tough. And we took the extreme views. I actually argued that you cut all spending. You don't spend a penny. And the opposite side was just double down and spend even more. And I think what's really cool about that is, we articulate in character these extreme points of views that some people back in your organization might have. Sure. So the whole idea is, have a laugh, but then also maybe pick up an argument or two that you can go back to your organization and fight that battle with, right?
Yeah.
We always have to disclaim after the debate that we're in character. These aren't our real points of view. My friend Dennis, who owns his own agency, actually argued against the use of agencies, which once you know him, you realize how funny that is. But if you just walk into the room, it's kind of like, what's this guy doing? Yeah. So it's a good time. We hope to do it again next year.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so now I'm curious, what is your real opinion? You said you had to argue that side, but
Yes.
What do you think?
My real opinion is that when times are really good, you should use that as an opportunity to get very, very critical of everything that you're spending and work to really kind of quantify if it's working for you, so that when you go into a downturn, you don't necessarily have to trim your budget, but you can be that much more confident that it's very effective for you.
Yeah, I think that's awesome, and that kind of leads into the next thing, which is tracking all this stuff. And we talked about, you were in a session in the morning where you talked about metrics that matter. And I think in marketing, there's a lot of metrics, right? There's so many things we can measure, especially digitally now.
Yes.
So what are maybe a few metrics that people should be paying attention to, but then what are the ones that actually matter?
Right. So we spent our time talking about things that you need to know, right, that are facts. Like, you got to know how much you're paying. You got to know how many leads you're getting. But don't get worked up about those individual numbers, right? They just help you do some math. The ones that actually matter are things like your cost per lead or your conversion rate. And in this particular session, we talked about a return on ad spend. How do you calculate the money that you're actually making based on what you're spending? And that's pretty darn powerful. It's kind of like algebra for some people, so you got to bust out the calculator, but it's your true measurement of success. We also talked about metrics that totally don't matter.
Sure.
It feels great, like on social, to get a bunch of likes and to get comments, but those are really just vanity metrics, and they like fire off the dopamine in your brain, and you're like pumped, 5 more people liked my thing. It feels great, but you cannot take likes to the bank. You cannot convert them into actual business. Cannot cash them. Oh man, I tried. I tried to deposit, and there's just not a slip for it.
50 hearts. Can I get anything?
You're right. Thumbs up, more or less than hearts. So try and set that aside, right? Use it as maybe a tool to understand if your content's valuable, but work towards something else beyond just that like. Yeah.
I think that's really important. I mean, like you said, you can't cash out likes, you can't cash out comments. Those are good indicators.
Yes.
But yeah, the real things that matter are customers in the door.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, Will, it's been fun having you here. I feel like you're low-key famous here at the Builder Show, or maybe just famous because you're always on stage, you're always talking to people. But I guess for anybody watching this, what are maybe like 1 or 2 key takeaways from the show?
Oh man, that's hard because there's like so much.
Well, we got to boil it down because you can't go back into 100 things.
So, the 2 distinct styles, I think, of the show. The first is the education tracks that exist. It is just so awesome how many brilliant people come out and are willing to share some nuggets of information. So that's like number 1 on my list, right? See as many different sessions as possible. And then the second is what I'm doing today, which is walking every square inch of the show floor. I don't buy products, for my company, but I absolutely love seeing the latest in appliances or plumbing fixtures or wood flooring. So we're in the central hall now. I still got the north hall to do, and it's probably going to take the rest of today to go see.
Yeah, those are good takeaways. And yeah, I mean, I think if you do those, you'll also bump into enough people. You don't get a lot of value there. But Yeah, Will, thanks so much for joining me, and
bet.
enjoy walking the rest of the floor.
You bet. Thanks. Good to be here.